Hey everyone, and welcome to a video going through my first thoughts from the PTB and going over the new survivor perks. Starting with the new survivor you can see here, Mikaela Reid, and the introduction of boon totems, let's see what this is all about. So the first perk we have here is Boon Circle of Healing. So to activate this, press and hold the ability button near a dull or hex totem to bless it and create a boon totem. Soft chimes will ring out in a 28 meter range. Any survivor within the boon totem's range gain a 100% healing speed bonus and can heal themselves without a medkit. This perk is amazing on the PTB so far, however I am not sure it will make it to the live servers in its current state. Allowing you to heal without self-care or a medkit is already strong, but adding the 100% speed addition is even better. Not to mention this does stack with things like Will Make It, Botany Knowledge, multiple survivors healing you. If there are multiple of these around the map as well, you can probably easily run from totem to totem, as each survivor can only cleanse or bless one totem at once. But there are 4 survivors in a game, so there potentially could be 4 boon totems blessed all at once. I think killers may need to be able to break the totems completely instead of just snuffing them out, although that might make them too weak to even run, so people might not even use them. I think it's going to be hard to get the balance right with these boon perks. Maybe they have tokens instead, so you can't infinitely just keep blessing totems. We'll have to see what they do, but I really like the idea. I really like that they're trying things, and I'm excited to see more boon perks, really. The second perk we have here is Boon Shadow Step. So again, you press and hold the ability button near a dull or hex totem to bless it and create a boon totem. I will let you know that if it is a hex totem, it does actually cancel the hex effect. At the moment, it seems that if it's Undying and Haunted Grounds, it actually cancels the Undying without triggering Haunted like it normally would if you cleansed it, but I think that may be a bug. However, if the killer had Ruin and you turned the hex totem that was Ruin into a boon totem, Ruin would be gone and your blessed totem would take effect on that totem. So with this one, any survivors within the boon totem's range will have their scratch marks and auras hidden to the killer. This effect lingers for 4 seconds after leaving the boon totem's range. Scratch marks and auras being hidden can be a really strong effect. If a killer is chasing you into an area that is blessed by this boon totem, then they may lose you entirely, but they may also be able to snuff out the totem quickly and potentially find you again. The scariest part of this is that with the way totems spawn, they can almost chain 28 meters into each other, as the effect persists for that 4 seconds after you leave the blessed area. You could almost run around being invisible in terms of aura and scratch marks. Not to mention, if you or any of your teammates are running both the boon perks, so the Circle of Healing as well, that will persist in the blessed area. So you could run from one area with a totem that's blessed to another area, and then you can start healing yourself. If the killer chases you, you potentially could run to a different area that was blessed as well, and they lose you again, and then you can start healing yourself. So this is kind of what I mean, is it's going to be hard to balance the totems, and maybe there should be tokens, but we will see. I think they're really cool, and I've really enjoyed playing with them for the little bit that I have, and we'll see what happens. So the last perk for Mikaela is Clairvoyance. So Clairvoyance activates when you cleanse a totem. When empty-handed, hold the ability button to unlock your full aura reading potential. For up to 10 seconds, you see the auras of exit gates, generators, hooks, and chests within a 64 meter range. This ability is quite good for some of the newer players, as it can be overwhelming to try and remember where all the chests, gens, and exit gate switches appear. This can potentially be used to avoid high density hook areas as well, to force the killer into searching a hook from far away gens or teammates. I think it will be useful at both new and experienced survivor levels, however it will probably see more play on the newer end of players. I do like that it works whenever you want after cleansing a totem. So let's say you use 8 seconds of this and then hold onto it till the end game and use the last 2 seconds to locate the doors at the end of the trial because you didn't see where they spawn. This will be quite helpful. While it's not that strong of a perk, I think it's cool that they're trying out different ideas, you know, being empty-handed, having an ability that you can hold onto. They're just doing the right things in my mind to keep the game a bit more fresh. All in all, I absolutely love the look of the new Survivor, and I'm certain she will have some fantastic cosmetics. The perks are really, really cool, and it makes me so happy to see Behaviour trying so many different things with the latest perks from both Pinhead and Mikaela. They do seem quite strong initially, but we obviously need more time to play around with them and be certain. I also played through all the killers that were updated or changed slightly, so here are my quick-fire first thoughts for the PTB. Trapper having 2 traps is helpful and will make him more playable. Add-on changes work well and enable some cool different playstyles. Wraith was a wee bit OP apparently, so he lost a bit of speed boost he gained and can only see 8 meters with the all-seeing add-on. Not too impactful, as he does okay now. Hillbilly mains rejoice, especially those flick billies, as engravings will generate less heat when charging, and as you need to feather the chainsaw to flick, it's probably going to be quite impactful. Nurse has 3 blinks with the torn bookmark add-on and can blink normally now, allowing you to make a mistake during a chase and still probably get the survivor. The 50% cooldown is extremely slow to get all 3 blinks back, even with the cooldown add-on. I can see the 3 blinks being used for distance when not in chase, then just using 2 blinks in chase. Scary nurses will become scarier and probably do some fancy 3 blink murdering. Myers, RIP Burger King Myers. The speed penalties have been removed from some of his stronger add-ons, which is decent for him, but takes away that comedic aspect that was there. However, they have also changed the way the stalk works and the latency that would often occur where you would stalk a survivor, and then the closer you got, the stalk would shoot up or it would shoot down because of a weird bug. They've tried to fix this now, so hopefully that stalk will become more accurate and you can 99 your stalk successfully and then pop the tier 3 right when you're behind someone. Hag can use a Eerie add-on waterlogged shoe and move at regular killer speed. This feels really nice and I think will actually make her stronger in the chase. Also, chase hags out there will become even scarier now. Pig has had a huge add-on balance pass. She is now seemingly even more add-on dependent, and I feel like a lot of her changes could have been added to her base kit. I do feel like Behaviour is hesitant to do this, as traps can probably feel oppressive if there are many in play at once, and survivors can feel quite helpless, but the killers are meant to feel strong as well. I do believe these pig changes are good, but a killer relying on add-ons mean you have to continually put blood points into that character to make sure you're able to get the add-ons that make them good, so I do think Pig still needs a bit of work. Spirit is nerfed confirmed. You can quite clearly hear the direction she is coming from and most of the time react to it. She is still Spirit though and will be able to catch up to you in phase and mind game somewhat. Her Return to Husk add-on creates cool new mind games as well. During the PTB, I also use the add-on that makes your haunting available instantly after getting pallet stunned. This is really cool for someone that doesn't want to respect pallets. You can trade your stun for getting your power instantly back. If you use this with Enduring, then this could make for some strong or interesting plays to catch the survivors off guard. Plague just feels all round stronger, and with the movement speed buff after using her power and her other changes, watch out for more plagues. Deathslinger certainly did not feel as bad as I initially thought. You can almost still instant shoot, you just have to pre-aim your shot and almost drag your aim across to the survivor. Good Deathslingers will still cause survivors pain. The cooldown of a survivor breaking free from the chain being the same as a hit is a nice change as well, but the delay between cancelling a shot then using a basic attack doesn't seem as impactful as Behaviour might have wanted, because I myself barely noticed it. Ghostface is still almost impossible to break out of Night Shroud, but his recovery time has decreased from 30 seconds to 24, meaning you might be able to use different add-ons now instead of just using the recovery add-ons like most people would. The Blight changes seem not too great. Most people use Blight and flick with Blight and won't use the straight line add-on, moving faster but reducing turning. Summoning Zone will also catch people off guard by blocking the pallets, but there are better add-ons to use. And lastly, Oni has had a top knot nerfed as it was too quick to activate the Demon Dash. Probably not a huge difference for really good Onis, but may make a difference for someone that was relying on that. Vigil also affecting status effects is really big. because this means that if the killer has haunted ground and that procs, that actually their survivor is safer 30% quicker than they normally would have been if they're not running vigil. So this removing exposed and stuff like that is a big change. Windows of opportunity is amazing with no cooldowns as suspected, and with open-handed, if you stand in the middle of a small map like Dead Dog Saloon, you can literally see every pallet and vault. Survivors will have a lot of fun with this and should hopefully last longer in chases. Built to last is just as good as I thought when reading the notes. Will probably be changed before live. Being able to refill your item that many times just seems a bit too strong, especially with toolboxes for generators and that kind of thing. Overall, I am super excited for all of these changes and more going into the mid-chapter update. Although this is a very small amount of hours that I've played that my thoughts are coming from, so they're not backed up by all that gameplay or, not really in depth, I still am excited to share my thoughts with you. Behaviour seems to have tried very hard to please the community, however I do believe once again most changes are survivor focused. Despite that, let's make sure we give new things a go and move out from the regular meta, so Behaviour can still keep introducing more interesting things like this to the game. Thank you for watching and listening. If you haven't played the PTB and have the ability to, go give it a crack. Come and check me out live on Twitch to talk more and watch some gameplay, and I'll see you in the next video.